Hello everyone, in this video we'll discuss about dependencies, dev dependencies and peer dependencies. In package.json you must have seen different sections like dependencies, dev dependencies, peer dependencies, and it can get confusing sometimes where to put your library into, in which section your dependency should go into. These three are nothing but simple JSON objects placed in package.json. So let's understand each of them in detail. So in dependencies, you will keep all the libraries that are needed to run your project. Example, React, Bootstrap, React Redux, Redux Thunk. All these libraries should go into dependencies. So these are the core libraries or the core code that you need for your project to run. Okay. So when you do npm install from the directory that contains package.json, and it has all these dependencies in package.json, when you do npm install in that directory, all these dependencies will be downloaded. Okay, or you can do npm install and the dependency name from any directory, and that dependency or that library will be added in this dependency object and will be installed as well. Okay, so npm install from the directory that contains the package.json, it will install that dependency, and npm install the package name on any directory will install that package. So if you do npm install react from any directory, it will install the react package, and also it will add an entry of react in the package.json inside dependencies. Okay. So now dev dependencies are the dependencies that are required only during development period. Okay. So these are not libraries or packages that are required to run the app. These are not the part of the core code that runs the app. Okay. So they don't have any logic that will be belonging to the app's logic. Okay. These are just helpers which help us during development time. Example, we have unit testing libraries like Jest, or E2E testing library like Cypress, Puppeteers, or our code indentation libraries like ESLint or Prettier, Babel, Webpack, CSS Loader. All these are examples of dev dependencies that are not required in production, that are required only in development mode. In order to install a dev dependencies, we need to do npm install the package name and hyphen hyphen save hyphen dev. So if I want to install just as a dev dependencies, I'll do npm install just hyphen hyphen save hyphen dev. Okay. Then just will be put inside my dev dependencies object and it will be installed as a dev dependencies. Now what happens if you run npm install hyphen hyphen production, or you keep your node underscore environment variable as production, okay, then it will not install anything which is inside your dev dependencies. Okay, when it is creating a bundle for production, it will not install anything inside dev dependency, so that your bundle size does not increase unnecessarily. Okay, so because these dependencies are not required to run your code in production. Okay, these are just required to help you in your development time. Okay, so when you do npm install hyphen hyphen production, or you keep your node underscore environment variable as production, it will only install the dependencies or the packages listed in dependencies. Okay, it will not install these dev dependencies. So keeping all the dependencies which are required only in development time in dev dependencies is important, so that you do not impact your production build or the bundle size of your production. Okay, so you keep it smaller and usable. Okay, now coming to peer dependencies you need only when you're developing your own plugin or you're developing your own library. Okay, so suppose I have one library which is called Choco Chip Cookies. Okay, now this Choco Chip Cookies requires peanut butter. Okay, so in my peer dependencies I've mentioned that this Choco Chip Cookies requires peanut butter library as well. So if you have this Choco Chip Cookies in your package.json as dependencies, okay, and you do not have peanut butter, so you'll get an warning something like this, that choco chip cookies requires a peer of peanut butter. Okay, so you need to keep this peanut butter also in the package.json in dependencies if you're using choco chip cookies. Okay, so in order to use choco chip cookies, you also need to keep peanut butter in your dependencies. Okay, so this is the use of peer dependencies. So in peer dependencies, any library owner will tell you, boss, if you want to use this library, you also need to install this library. Okay, so if you want to use choco chip cookies, you also need to install peanut butter, otherwise you'll get a warning. Okay, this warning. Now in npm version from 3 to 6, this warning was coming. This warning used to come. Okay, and the peer dependencies were not installed. From npm 7 version onwards, peer dependencies are automatically installed. Okay, they're installed by default if you have any peer dependencies. So if I do choco chip cookies in my package.json, if I keep it in my dependencies section, it will auto install peanut butter also. So guys, that's it for dependencies, dev dependencies and peer dependencies. I hope you are clear now on these three terms, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please like the video and share it and subscribe to our channel as well. Thank you for watching.